Everyone, this is Tim B. Welcome back to Tim B's Tech Talk today. I just want to follow up on some recent video recordings I've been doing on the iPad Pro, specifically on wireless microphone options. The one microphone that I mentioned in a previous episode was the Comica CVM WS50 wireless mic. I typically use it on my phone because that's how it's been designed, but you can also use it with the iPad Pro, and that's what I wanted to share with you today in more detail. For example, here is the Comica CVM WS50, and it has brackets on the top and bottom, and as you can see, it's designed for a phone. It has a little adjustable screw, so if your phone happens to be bigger, you can get it to fit inside here. You mount this on your tripod, and you're good to go. Obviously, this is the receiver. It also comes with a transmitter, which is this part here, and it basically just clips onto you. Has a built-in clips to your belt or whatever you want to attach it to. It has 6 channels. You just sync the channels between transmitter and receiver, and you're good to go. The sound quality is excellent with this thing. It's the reason why I'm talking about it today. It is my preferred microphone. I'm obviously not using it now because I am recording myself with an iPhone, but I'm actually using the memory mic, which is this little white box here. I could talk about that again in more detail or just send you a link to my previous review. As you know, if you're familiar with my episodes, I like to offer solutions that are practical and economical. The reason why I'm reviewing this mic again is because I'm exploring options with the iPad Pro. And at first you would think, well, no, you can't use it because you can't fit an iPad and the brackets that come with the receiver, right? It just simply doesn't work. But it does come with 1/4-inch screws on the top and bottom, so you can mount this on top of something, tripod, or you can mount something on top of it as well. And I try to get the most out of my accessories by also purchasing or at least having available a ton of different mounts. It costs anywhere between $5 and $10. Things that don't require a lot of money, right? And you can use this in conjunction with a mount. So that's what I wanted to share with you today in more details, how I plan to use this mic with my iPad Pro. So in one of my recent episodes, I also talked about the Ulanzi tripod mount for tablets. It can adjust to any size. Specifically though, why I use it is that it can be used for the iPad Pro. It opens up large enough. So here's my iPad Pro here. If I wanted to hook this up using the Ulanzi mount, I could just simply open it up to the right size, slide that in there, and there's a screw in the back, just tightens it in place. And it works perfectly. Of course, the other option is, let me go ahead and turn this around so you can see, the camera on the iPad Pro. So I would be using this as obviously my filming device. And I would need the microphone to be able to hook up accordingly because when you're using receivers, they plug into the port down below. The challenge with the iPad Pro, as I mentioned earlier, is that it has a USB-C port, and so that was the one challenge that I had regarding the iPad Pro. I'm going to go ahead and lower this just a little bit. In terms of how I typically use wireless recording devices. So, but it will be pretty simple if you want to use the Comica. So, as I mentioned before, the Ulanzi comes with a little horseshoe mount, so you can attach the receiver to it, which will bring it in close proximity to the USB-C port, which you're going to need to connect it. Of course, the most obvious thing is they have 1/4-inch screws. This is not a 1/4-inch screw. This is a shoe mount. So what you need, adapter. This is a pretty simple one. I think I must have paid $3 for this. One end is a horseshoe mount. The other end is a 1/4-inch screw. Boom, that solves that problem. So I'll take this mount, I attach it to the top of the Ulanzi mount. And so I lock the shoe in place on the bottom, and then just screw the receiver for the Comica into the top part. Now I'll flip this around so you can just see both sides. And boom, I mean, that's a pretty easy solution if you want to connect your receiver to your iPad Pro and record wirelessly. It's pretty simple. Obviously with the phone, the Comica requires an adapter in order for it to work with the Lightning port. So you use the 3.5 millimeter adapter to Lightning to plug into your phone. Obviously, the iPad Pro is different, but they do have adapters. Apple even sells these. These are 3.5 millimeter to USB-C, which works just as well as the one for the Lightning port. So obviously you would plug one in to the receiver and one into the microphone port. The cables aren't too long. I could probably get this one to work, but for convenience, what I would do is just basically just reverse this. So that it's on this side. Tighten that up, and then just plug it into my iPad Pro like so. And then I'm set. Now I can turn both of these devices on, as long as they're on the right channel. They both have their own power button. So I'll go ahead and just demo this now. So the power is on now with the transmitter, and I'm going to press and hold, turn the power on for the receiver. The lights are not flashing, which means that they are paired. And I can actually now start recording with my Comica wireless mic. And what's nice is that I can use this with my phone as well as with my iPad. I think it's really, really nice and really convenient to have these types of options. One, is economical, and two, it gives you a high quality sound option for recording with your iPad Pro as well as your iPhone. I swear by this. I think this microphone is really great, and right now it's probably my #1 go-to option. I've been having a hard time accessing their website, but you can find numerous options on Amazon and other third-party sites since these microphones are sold worldwide. Anyway, I hope this episode was helpful. I'm going to continue to explore this topic in more detail. If you'd like me to revisit the memory mic, which I'm recording with right now, I'll be glad to do that. My name is Tim Brown. Check me out next time.